Dire team ban.
Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I bring you guys the Friday Night Live Dota Cup. This is the final of all the finals. We have two teams that are competing for the bragging rights and the victory and the glory of this Friday Night Live Dota. And after the last game, that was a pretty amazing game. I think both teams have well deserved their place into this finals, and I'm expecting to see some pretty exciting things happen from both sides. So last game, if you guys haven't seen it, game 2, pretty amazing game. A very long game, a very drawn out, well, it wasn't really drawn out, it was just a long game, and like, it was one of those games where you're just on pins and needles the whole entire thing, because any team that loses the team fight is going to be bound to lose the game. And it was essentially both sides went for 4 protect 1, which means that the game's going to last long anyway. But it happened exactly as we expected it, and it ended in fantastic fashion. Wasn't no crazy base race or anything, it was just like a crazy, oh my gosh, these fights are ridiculous. So pretty amazing game, both sides played pretty well. Zebra Kingdom did come out on top, so they officially brought the series back from 1-1. They were down 1 game to begin that game, obviously. So we're in the game 3, so both sides, 1 victory to the names, and we're going to see who's going to win, who's going to come out on top in this next game. And I think my internet is doing weird things again. It's not cool, because my cell phone just said I'm using up too much data. Aww. God, they're going to kill me. Jeez. Give me a moment, please. I got to go sort some things out really quickly.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, wait, no, nope. I think I'm connected. Okay, I'm connected. I am connected
5
again.
seconds remaining.
There we go, I'm online. Alright, I'm not in the game yet, though. I don't know what's going
One
on.
of the heroes experienced some technical difficulties.
I can't see what's going on. I can't see in the bans or picks. Oh, jeez. Alright, I think I need to, disconnect and reconnect. Let's see if that works. Okay, so apparently that didn't work. I gotta connect my phone again. Give me a second. And the winner for best internet in the world is CulBlu's internet. Yay! Seems to be touchy at best. Hold on. Okay, I'm back in. This is awkward because I just took a bite of my food. Alright. Excuse me, guys. Alright. So we're back into this game. I had some issues on my side. Hopefully those are all fixed, but they're probably not fixed. As far as the bans, though, we see a Lycan ban, Ancient Apparition ban, Ember Spirit ban, and Nature's Prophet ban. Not really too much to talk about in those bans. I mean, they have their own qualities. Between Lycan and Prophet, they have a lot of push. Ember Spirit, so freaking annoying. You just don't want to let him get in the hands of the enemy person. Ancient Apparition, his ulti has been doing. It did a little bit of work last game. It caused everybody to reconsider pushing in. It makes it a little bit more difficult to actually go for those fights because once he has Aghanim Scepter, it's pretty much no regen for about 3 hours, and you're just gonna have a fun time trying to push into a base like that.
Dire team ban.
On the side of Babi Kecil, they decided to pick up an Ancient Apparition. They decided to pick up an Invoker and a Nyx Assassin, which means that there's gonna be a lot of pressure put onto Zebra. Zebra's going to have a lot of pressure applied because Nyx Assassin, once he is level 6, he just becomes such a huge problem for your support, such as Shadow Shaman, such as any other support that's had to pick. And I'm actually going to be interested to see how this dynamic works out of Shadow Shaman level 6 versus Nyx Assassin level 6. Because while Nyx puts a lot of pressure on your heroes, Shadow Shaman puts a lot of pressure on your towers. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who has more pressure on your heroes. So I think Nyx Assassin should be a better come out on top. He should be better overall, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say.
10
So,
seconds remaining.
as far as other things to talk about, there is the Shadow Shaman and
5
Timbersaw pickup
seconds
inside of Zebra
remaining.
Kingdom. And the thing about those two pickups are that Shadow Shaman, he has his nice push. Timbersaw, he has his nice survivability. He's on point, I guess, with the Viper, which we saw a lot in, like, in the very first game, where Viper just flat out didn't die. It was ridiculous. But Timbersaw kind of has that in the form of reactive armor, which I think is a little bit more effective than Viper's corrosive skin, which is only annoying to support, really. The attack speed slow is meh, but he gets banned out nonetheless, so Viper, Zebra Kingdom don't want to face that Viper, which is going to be really cool for them, because we might be seeing them go for some super aggressive strategies, because we already got the push from Shadow Shaman. We now have Clocker with his Rapple, which means he wants to get up close and personal and be in your face, as he would say. And on the other side, you have people who kind of want to be away from you. You know, it's like, hey, back up, please. Nick Assassin has his Vendetta, so he can pick off people. He wants to pick solo targets off. And Invoker, he has initiation power coming out from Tornado and EMP. Well, more so Tornado than EMP,
remaining.
but he has this combination of Tornado, EMP. Well, actually, I think the combination is Tornado,
remaining.
Sunstrike, Meatball, or Meteor, Deafening Blast.
Reserve time.
I don't know where EMP fits into that. Maybe if you can like finger it out fast enough, it'll work. But he has this control available for him, which is one of the bigger things. And he also has the potential to play Quas Exort Evoker, which we haven't seen so far in the 4 games that, or this is the 4 games that I've casted so far. So, the question is, will Babi Kecil go for some super aggro, or aggressive, my bad, super aggressive gank strat? Or will they go for some more standard type of, you know, just roaming Nick Assassin? They can go for some roaming supports easily. Nick Assassin, he can roam around from lane to lane, get his levels through hero kills. And it looks like we just might be seeing that.
Radiant team.
Disruptor's more so thought of as a defensive kind of person, but his glimpse can make somebody's life not fun. So there's potential for aggressive trialing coming out from Babi Kecil. And with the Centaur War Runner, we will most definitely be seeing this aggressive trialing. Centaur plus Nick Assassin plus Disruptor, that can work out. You can do that. Although we'll probably see Centaur playing the offlane for his team. My bad, I said aggressive. My bad, decent. Yeah, we'll likely see a defensive trialing. Because Centaur's going to be playing that offlane all by himself. Although they could run Centaur safe lane by himself. I mean, Centaur, you can put him anywhere, except for mid. He can put him anywhere, he'll be fine. But with Nick Assassin Disruptor, they're going to be going for some either trying to make sure that person stays alive, or trying to make sure that their carry can get some kills. So we could very well see somebody like an Alchemist. We could very well see, I was going to say someone like a Luna, but nope, she's banned out. We could still see a Gyro, which would be kind of cool. Can't really tell too much. As far as the picks on Zebra Kingdom side, we see the Visual Spirit, she was picked up on their side, and I think they're going to be going for that gank strat. Like I said before, Shadow Shaman, if you play him right, he can be played as a roaming support, to where he just roams around, throws out his shackle shots, and Visual Spirit, like Magic Missile, shackle shot, dead person, pretty much every single time. Or not shackle shot, jeez. Magic Missile into shackles, not shackle shot, into dead person. That's like a new trick that you can do. It's called the stun no live shackle.
Radiant team.
That's what we'll call it. And actually, Babi Kecil banned out the Clinks. A very interesting choice to see that they banned out the Clinks. They actually picked up a Slaughter on the side of Zebra Kingdom, which I think they're going for the negative armor. Cool. We'll probably see a Medallion of Courage come out maybe on top of Timbersaw or even Slaughter, to where they can have more negative armor, and we'll likely see a Deso picked up by VS maybe. She can pick up a Deso. She can be that I got your damage, bro, person. But she'll likely be playing as the one that supports who buys all the wards and just
10 seconds remaining.
Just bees there, just because she has her Wave of Terror, which is actually how much armor?
5 seconds remaining.
-6 armor. Okay, cool. Called it right before. So -6 armor plus -20 armor at max levels. That's a -26 armor, which means that's a dead person pretty darn fast. And judging by their lineup so far, I think Nick Assassin, he's agility, so he has decent armor gain. I don't know about Disruptor stats. He might have some decent armor gain as well. But Centaur, I don't know if he has a bunch of armor. I feel like he doesn't naturally have a bunch of armor, because he has so much freaking HP. So, we see Babi Kecil, they're waiting there on their last pickup, trying to figure out what carry to go for, and they go for a Lifestealer, which that's CulBlu thinking. I don't know if that's the best of choices. They're going to have that tanky front line come out from Centaur plus Lifestealer combination, but versus what they're facing, I mean, you have Clockwork with the Rapple, you have Slaughter with the negative armor, and the negative armor is the biggest thing. I just don't foresee Lifestealer having a good time. I just gotta be straight up honest with you guys. I don't see Lifestealer having a good time. They can go for some Nyx bombs with Nyx Nyx, so Nyx Nyx bomb or Lifestealer Nyx Assassin bombs, but outside of that, I don't see this being that fun of a lane. I mean, they can have some really good aggression early on. Nyx Assassin for Impale, then force them to run away, Disruptor, glimpse them right back in, and Lifestealer open wounds to follow up. That could be some easy kills early on, don't get me wrong, but
10 seconds remaining.
I still don't like it. I still don't like it. I still don't like Lifestealer versus Slaughter. Too much negative armor, too many ways to make sure Lifestealer can't survive. And he can pop Rage all he wants. Slaughter throws amplified damage, and boom, he's dead. Or Vengeful Spirit, she throws herself a nice little swap, and boom, Lifestealer's in the worst spot possible. Or even, I think, Clockwork's Rapple. I think it still stuns your enemy. The damage doesn't work through Magic Immunity, but the stun still does. If I'm not mistaken. Let's look it up, because we got the time. Okay, I would look it up if my keyboard wasn't doing everything, so yeah. There you go. Something was in the way. Now it's no longer in the way. So, Dota 2 clock. If we look at Clockwork for Dota 2, his ulti, it does in fact go partially through Magic Immunity. So that means the stun probably goes through. Let's see. Oh, it moved. Magic Immunity will block damage, but not the latch or stun. So he does still get the stun that goes through Magic Immunity, which means that Lifestealer is going to have a lot of fun. He pops Rage, gets hit with a stun, gets hit with a swap, gets hit with some negative armor, and he's pretty much as good as dead. So I still think it's a very bold pickup to have a Lifestealer pickup into not only a Slaughter, but also a Timbersaw. Which means that if Timbersaw throws a Whirling Death, Lifestealer immediately loses 15% of his HP, and it's like not fun. Well, he loses 15% of his strength, per se. So moving on to introductions, so I can get this out of the way. Let's start for introductions on the side of the rating, which is Zebra Kingdom, or Zebra Kings, or something like that. On this Clockwork, in my very fancy smanchy new little thing that I invented, totally. I would see Zinsify on that Clockwork. Moving over to the Shadow Shaman, we see Shakikai on that Shadow Shaman. On this Slaughter, who's looking very beautiful as ever, we see La 555 666. So Slaughter obviously playing that carry role. And on this Timbersaw, we see Puff Puff on Timber. And last but not least, on this Vengeful Spirit, we see Blank. And that ends the callouts for ZK. Moving on to the side of Basil, we see on this Disruptor looking pretty darn mean. We see Valwrath on him, so feel his Val of Wrath. Let's get it. Moving on to this Nyx Assassin, we see Shun on him, wearing that nice little beetle set. I don't know, what set is that? I think I recently bought that. The Carapace of the Chosen Larva. There you go. Pretty cool stuff. Moving to this Lifestealer, we see Xyth on him, looking very angry, and I don't know, I swear guys, if I saw that thing walking up to me, I would like run as fast as I possibly could. I mean, he's just like dripping blood everywhere, leaving marks on the carpet. Jeez, what a jerk. Moving to the Centaur Warrunner, we see 22 on him, and last but not least on this Invoker, we see Sapphire. That ends the callouts.
30 seconds to battle.
So while we wait for these guys to do things, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this breakfast food that I made for myself, because it is currently 11:50 a.m. here where I am. Whereas in this event, I think it's like 8 o'clock at night for this guy, so yep. I got the good time, I just had to wake up and do it. That's how it works sometimes. So I'm going to enjoy my meal, I'll follow things around. Don't worry guys, CulBlu is still here. CulBlu is still here.
Or peril.
Invisibility.
So really fast, I can also call this out. As far as the lane matchups go, we will not see an offensive tri-lane as I was saying before, so I'm sad. We actually see a defensive one for some sorts, with the Lifestealer plus the Nyx Assassin plus the Disruptor, and I think they should. Yeah, they might be able to kill Timbersaw. That might be easy kills right there. Timbersaw can Timber Chain all he wants. Disruptor has the glimpse available to make sure his life is not that fun. Meanwhile, mid Invoker versus Clockwork. I don't know, I haven't seen a mid-Clockwork in a while, but I think Invoker should have all the control necessary to survive this game. Or sorry, to survive this lane. Basically, because Clockwork, all he really does is throw out the power cogs, and that's really about it. And I'm getting a lot of lag on my part, so that means that you guys are getting a lot of lag in Dota TV, which means it's not conducive to a casting environment. So let me go ahead and switch over to my phone for one last time. And once this goes through, hopefully I don't miss First Blood, but it looks like we might be seeing First Blood. Lifestealer and Timbersaw have a nice little chat with each other. Centaur Warner standing out a little bit further away than he should be. And my phone is officially taking control of my internet. Good job, phone. You did good. You did good. So once that switches over, hopefully I don't actually get all the way kicked out. Because I have to reconnect, and I'll be sad. But they'll at least know I probably missed First Blood.
No parts.
Alright guys, sorry. Internet's back up, everything's good, I'm back on my phone because that's more stable than anything else I have in my house at this current point in time, which makes me a little bit sad. But that's the benefit of having wireless, right? But it looks like I did not miss First Blood, which means I didn't miss too terribly much, and I'm going to keep on going, even though I still am eating the last of my food. Nick's assassin looking like he wants to get Timbersaw up nice and healthy. Gonna go and punch him once, give him 16 regen. You want down bottom, Vengeful Spirit doing some harassment to Centaur Warrunner, who doesn't really care much. She has to be careful once he gets his nice little return on. He's actually not going to go for a point of return, so, okay. But Centaur actually needs to be really careful too, because the Magic Missile into Shackle equals the dead him. He is actually going to get hit with the Magic Missile here very soon. Magic Missile flies, Shackle from Shadow Shaman just in range, going to be able to get it. And that just might be First Blood here. Slaughter has a stun up as well. Going to go and drop it. That's going to be a dead Centaur Warrunner. Nice combination coming from these guys. Kill lane is kill. Nice aggression you can do with these guys, and they're doing an excellent job. So I'll give them credit where credit is due, of course, as always. Because if you don't give credit where credit is due, you'll be in debt, and debt sucks, guys. Debt sucks. All right, now that's all over with. Clockwork is juking a nice little Sunstrike. Doesn't want to get caught in the worst way possible. Actually, he's caught in the best way possible because now he knows Sunstrike is on cooldown. So he can be a little bit more aggressive, or stay in his lane a little bit longer at least. The rotations do come through from the supports. Healing Salve getting used by Vengeful Spirit. And they're actually going to try to go for a kill up top by the looks of it. Or maybe they're going to rotate all the way around and try to kill Invoker. Invoker should see the Healing Salve come on Clockwork. He should know something's up. Looks like the combination will be strong with these ones. They're going to run all the way through the backside. Or top side. One of those two things. But they Invoker should know that something's up. Alright, excuse me guys, sorry. I drank too much too fast, it hurt. Anyway, moving back down bottom. Slaughter versus Centaur. They're going to have a nice little chat with each other. Looks like Slaughter will be winning the fight of Fisticuffs because he has a stun that's a little bit faster than Centaur's. And Centaur will be winning the fight of Magic to Cuffs, which is not Fisticuffs. Because he has magic damage and Slaughter doesn't. Everything Slaughter does is physical. Sad. No. But the supports are spending quite a bit of time waiting for Invoker to get into a bad spot. The lane was going to continue to push, and it looks like they're going to show themselves finally. But Vengeful Spirit not going to be able to get anything. Clockwork wishes he was level 6, because if he was, that'd be a nice fight. I think it was a little premature for the supports to come out, though, because Invoker was just starting to feel comfortable. Just starting to feel comfortable. The arrows getting drawn on the map saying, hey, somebody's coming up through here. Or, hey, come through here, my bad. They can easily pick off a Life Stealer. It's going to be easy kill for them to go for. Or a Disruptor. They're running around the corner. Vengeful Spirit, she does not have her... Oh, man, I think Disruptor saw... No, he didn't see. They didn't see it, but they do see the clockwork, and they also see the shadow shaman. The creeps are going to be able to give them enough visions. Oh man, Disruptor might be in a little bit of trouble. First blood already happened. Don't forget that. Timbersaw are going to be glimpsed back already. We got nice little open wounds. No, yeah, open wounds on top of shadow shaman. Nice little force pop is raised, trying to go for kill on top of something. We'll be able to get this kill on top of clockwork. But actually, no, clockwork going to be able to get the kill or get the XP for the kill. No, never mind. I take it back. Clockwork did go down. Lifesteal went down immediately afterwards. So that all worked out. That all worked out for these guys.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So the middle tower for Radiant is under attack, as you heard the man say. That's mainly because the rotation did come forward from Clockwork. Invoker has been continuing to get his farm. We are going to see a Class X1 Invoker, guys. So be excited. Be hyped as all get up, because we see a Class X1 Invoker. And I think I told you guys this before, but I seen a 1v1 of Invoker versus Invoker, and both sides were playing pretty well. One went Class Lex, the other one went Class X Sword. The one that went Class X Sword won because he had more damage. The other one had a lot of control, and it took it a long time. Like, he stalled for as long as he could, but he couldn't finish him off. Like, he would tornado EMP, and then the other Invoker would just run on the man and walk away. Anyway, somebody's around the corner. Who is that? That is a Disruptor. Timbersaw and crew are going to be right there around the corner, trying to get this kill on top of Invoker, but they're not going to be able to find him. They do find Illusion, though. Pings do come down. Bono Centaur Warner's on the wrong side of the map. Slaughter's sprinting as fast as he possibly can. Centaur just might be able to make it out alive. Stun from Vision Spirit will fall up in 2 seconds time. That will be just enough time for Clockwork to get there. Clockwork Grapple is available. He actually tosses the grapple, misses completely, but he has a power coat, so he can actually put Slaughter back into the worst spot possible. Slaughter's officially dead, and he will be going down here very soon. Getting hit with that cloud. Pops himself a healing staff just to keep himself nice and healthy. Slaughter looking for a stun, not going to be able to find it. He has himself no mana for it. He does have enough. Oh, okay. He just barely has enough mana for it. Centaur able to make it out alive. Are you kidding me? Too much slag is all I gotta say. The healing salve keeping him nice and healthy, and the power cogs turning out to not be the best of bounces. I mean, it looked good until Centaur stomped and ran away. Meanwhile, Shadow Shaman dies. Sunstrike did finish him off. Meanwhile, we got a Clockwork getting himself a nice little trap on top of Invoker. Invoker says, "Bro, let's do this, because I got my creeps with me. I got my peeps with me. Let's kill this clock as fast as we can. Kill as much time together. Get it? Kill time. Get it. Anyway, Lifestealer versus Timbersaw. So this is actually an interesting dynamic. And the reason why this one's interesting is because Timbersaw is a strength hero. We know this. Timbersaw has an advantage in a fight versus Lifestealer for 2 reasons. Not only because of the Whirling Death, but also not only because of pure damage, but also because of the simple fact that he has armor. Like, Lifestealer has struggles versus people who have a lot of armor. And I'll talk about it a little bit, but before we do, we got Lifestealer Juke, and nice little Juke coming out from him. Open moves falls on top of Timbersaw. Timbersaw in a lot of trouble. Nick Assassin is available, throws out the stun. This will be a dead Timbersaw. He is going to go ahead and get hit the Spike Carapace. Nick Assassin does pick up that kill, and Lifestealer playing that pretty darn well. He's officially level 7 and looking pretty darn happy. Meanwhile, speaking of people happy, Clockwork, he's not going to be too terribly happy. The Centaur Warner ulti gets used. Clockwork's trapped in his own power cogs. He's going to be going down to the Invoker, who's actually get turned into a chicken for Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman needs one more thing to kill him. Looks like he will be able to have enough time, or stall for long enough. He will be able to kill Invoker before he dies, so he does officially die. Meanwhile, the glimpse does come out from Disruptor onto Vision Spirit. Vision Spirit stuns the Centaur. Beautiful storm coming out from Disruptor, not because it actually caught anybody, but because it forced them to run all the way around. So at the end of the day, at the very least,
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Timbersaw was not able to just run straight away. He did have to fight for his own life. Meanwhile, top tower, Nick Assassin plus Knights for Lifestealer. Having a grand old time, pushing lane. Getting some last hits here and there. Lifestealer looking nice and healthy now that he has punched a few things in the face. He's actually working for Armlet, which I think is an interesting item to pick up. Versus Timbersaw, who can just reduce all your stats by so much. I don't know if it's the best of choices initially, but I mean, Timbersaw can throw out his little Whirling Death, and then Lifestealer can immediately give himself, what, 35 or 37 extra strength. As to counter all of that nonsense. I can't find Armlet. Where's Armlet? There it is. It gives him 25 strength, my bad. But it's not his strength, so he has to lose a lot of HP for it. Observer placed here mid, so I can see who's rotating around the corner. It's a nice thing to put. Nice thing to place for the Dire. Nice defensive observer. It sees all vision around here. Like, everything in his kingdom belongs to him. And you can also see across the river, which is actually really nice. And I did not realize you could see that far. Wow, that's ridiculous. As Cassie would say, "Oh wow, cool." And if you guys get that reference, then you deserve a gold medal for watching Skins, which is a great show. Just don't watch around your parents. It's weird. It's an awkward show. Clockwork looking for a Rapple. Not going to be able to find it because it's on cooldown right now. But he was rubbing top, thinking about going for that kill. It would have been a nice little death for him. A beautiful little trap, per se. But Lifestealer does already have the recipe up for his armlet. All he needs now is that blade of attack, and he will be ready to just toggle the crap out of everything. Meanwhile, Valwrath on the Disruptor, he's level 6, which I didn't know he got level 6 that fast. And Nick Assassin, he's almost level 6. So the pressure from Basil is about to be fully on point. The only thing that ZK can actually do is just try to stay behind all their towers and not die. And speaking of staying behind all the towers, Shadow Shaman, he's official level 6, so he has his ulti up. So he's ready to go for a fight. Next, and these guys are ready to get this party started. Nick Assassin, or Knight's and Nick Assassin going in for Timbersaw. Timbersaw does officially go down. Nick Assassin finally hit level 6, so he can actually pop a smoke gank and try to go for a kill if he really wanted to, which I think would be an intelligent choice for him to intelligent thing for him to do, like, you know, TP down bottom, pop his ulti, and then kill everything. But he has to buy Arcane Boots first.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So top tower should be going down, and in response we have the Dire pushing this bottom tower. Sorry, Radiant pushing this bottom tower. Shadow Summon Surfing Wars already thrown out. And the structures will be going down. Too many right clicks. The volley is too hard. The volley is too much, too good. But at least, at the very least, Centaur has been stacking this. Oh, never mind. I thought he was stacking this camp. My bad.
Radiant's top tower is getting
TP comes mid, they want to go for a kill on top of something. They're looking for an Invoker. I don't know if they'll be able to find it, especially not like that. Clockwork once again misses his Rapples. This has been a game of misses for him. He's actually going to pop himself power colors. Blink forward from Slaughter. He does reveal the fact he has a Blink Dagger, but it doesn't really matter. Invoker will be going down. That's a nice little Blink Dagger. Oh, Lifesteal's inside of Disruptor. They do both come in there. Slaughter in a little bit of trouble. Going to be losing a lot of HP. He will be getting glimpsed back into the worst spot possible. Officially going to be going down. Shadow Shaman Shackle does come through. Doesn't give zero cares about what's going on. Lifesteal pops out the rage. He says, bro, you better start caring now. Now we got Timbersaw trying to go through some trees. Not going to be able to find them, and Lifesteal armlet toggles is a little bit too on point. He does officially win the fight along with his teams, and that's a team wipe for Basil. ZK not able to hold up as well as they wanted to. Slaughter revealing the fact he had a Blink Dagger, but he has nothing else really to follow up. And Vincel Spirit, I didn't know she was in that fight. That's how fast she died.
Radiant's middle tower may need a hand. Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
I have to go shut my door because things are happening in my house. Like, parents are awake.
Do it with flair.
And they want to go, like, to work and stuff, or have peace and quiet. So anyway, Disruptor's here. So is Nick's Assassin. They're going to look for a Vendetta here very soon. 11 seconds time before he can actually use it. There is going to be easy kill mid if they want to go for it. Shadow Shaman Surfing Wars will drop. So he's going to go for that kill. I like Shadow Shaman Surfing Wars because it's a 110-second cooldown. But it's totally seems like it's like a 10-second cooldown for me. Or when somebody else uses Shadow Shaman, it's like a 10-second cooldown for them. But when I use it, it's like a 3-year cooldown. It's like, why is my ulti not back up already? Jeez. It's usually because I keep dropping in the worst spot possible, but still. 2 towers going to be going in favor of ZK. We do expect to see a lot of push come out from them because of Shadow Shaman Surf Rewards. Excuse me, but that's really about it. And VS buying all 3 smokes. You think she was like a drug addict or something. Or, not a drug addict, you know, just getting high all the time. Smoking whenever she wanted to. I wonder why she fell from heaven, because she, like, send in, insert theology here, or religious theology here, whatever you want to call it. So both sides are kind of at a like, nice little awkward moment where they don't know what to do. Invoker has that Force Staff up, so that's a really nice item for him to have. And Lifesteal, he has his armlet, so they're ready to fight. They're ready to go for this. And as soon as I say that, Invoker buys a hand of Midas, so he's not really ready to fight. But he can take on anybody who wants to go for him. But now Centaur on the other hand, Blink Dagger finished up. He's ready to fight. He's definitely ready to fight. Slaughter working on a BKB, which would be really nice versus this team because there's nobody that has anything that goes through Magic Immunity, with the slight exception of Disruptor ulti. And that's if Disruptor gets Ag Interceptor. And even then, it doesn't go through Magic Immunity, but it does in fact stop you from using items while you're under the effect of the ulti. It's like AoE Doom. Well, it is an AoE Doom. It's pretty annoying. So Clockwork around the corner looking for somebody, gonna pop himself a battery assault, trying to find a disruptor. Not gonna be able to find a disruptor, actually gets a glimpse off, and Nick Assassin says, bro, you better not be running through here. Clockwork on the wrong side of the river, gonna throw a flare, gonna look for a disruptor. He might be able to get it if he's able to line it up in time, but no, the creeps do show up, and nah, man, Nick Assassin playing ring around the rosy right now. Clockwork getting led along, he will be in a little bit of trouble. Throws out, the ulti comes out from disruptor, now Nick Assassin shows up from middle of nowhere. The Doom is falling on top of Clock, and Clock will officially be going down.
Double damage.
So Timbersaw doing some nice item micro, using his arcane boots and dropping them, picking them back up, getting the most that he possibly can, working on that bloodstone so he can be as unkillable as possible. Meanwhile, Invoker and Lifesteal are gonna go be aggressive as possible because they're gonna go kill his top tower, forcing the Fortify to come out. Shadow Shaman and Serpent Wars are available, so he can't drop in the next upcoming fight. And it looks like they will be needing to drop because his Dire coming around the backside. Lifesteal opens moves on top of Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman drops the wards, gets himself a ward trap on top of Lifesteal, but sadly Lifesteal does have phase boots, so it doesn't really matter. Meanwhile, somebody's around the corner. Disruptor getting caught in the worst spot possible. He doesn't matter. Clockwork actually rappels somewhere, or something really happened. I don't know. Couldn't tell. Top tower does go down. Slaughter blinks forward, gets himself a kill on top of Nick Assassin. Nick Assassin does go down. An easy kill is easy. Meanwhile, Timbersaw and crew, they lost the tower. They still have the Surfer Wars. Nick Assassin might be in a little bit of trouble. Timbersaw looking for some trees, and the flare from Clockwork will fly, but it doesn't fly in time. Meanwhile, Glimpse comes out from Disruptor. And Blink comes forward from Slaughter. He blinks just in time. Gonna be able to find a kill on top of Disruptor. No, the force set from Invoker a little bit too strong. And Invoker does have a point inside, or does have a point inside of Lex, which means he has the Ice Wall. Which, guys, I didn't know this, but the Ice Wall does damage. Anyway, Clockwork pops himself a nice little power cogs. He gets open wounded, but he's not going to be too much down just yet. Centaur Warner comes in for the stun, throws out the double edge. A lot of damage coming from everybody. Slaughter blinks to the middle of all of it, does a bunch of damage, catches everybody out, and now he's taking a nice little chunk of damage. Lifesteal open moves, flies on top of Slaughter. Lifesteal decides not to follow up on that fight. He's going to continue to run away. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit, she's in a little bit of trouble of her own. She's going to be going down, losing her life because, hey, why the freak not? Triple kill for our Invoker friend here. And Slaughter, he lives to slither another day. As creepy as that sounds, it's totally true. Just a little bit gold away from that Mithril Hammer. That's what it's called. And oh my gosh, Lifesteal has a Basher. Wow. Alright, guys, let's talk about this. This Basher, nice item for Lifesteal to pick up at this current point in time because he knows for a fact Slaughter is going to be building a BKB. And the reason why Slaughter is building a BKB is because he wants to pop BKB, blink in the middle, and do all kinds of work to your face. But if Lifesteal gets a Basher, then Slaughter, he can blink in and do all he wants, but if he gets bashed up, he's pretty much as good as dead, BKB or not. Too much right-click damage is coming from everybody, and I'm pretty sure Life Leech does not, or not Life Leech, Feast. Pretty sure Feast doesn't get blocked by magic immunity. But I can Google that, because we got time. Oh yeah, you guys are learning stuff in Dota. Who'd ever thought you can learn things in Dota? People. Education. Dota. They don't go together. Anyway, Centaur Warner looking to blink in. He will be blinking in. Beautiful initiation coming from his guys. Lifesteal goes all in. Kills one person. Looking for the next kills. Oh man. Looks like Timbersaw will be going now. Shadow Shaman dying immediately. And Slaughter blinks around the second side. He does give himself a nice little stun. Not going to be able to do anything but just stun and run away. He actually, oh my gosh, the glimpse comes through. He's in a lot of trouble now. He's going to be going down one way or another. He gets forced out the way or actually continues to sprint. Something like that. Nick Assassin gets a nice little vendetta. I think the Slaughter sprint ran out just in time, but it doesn't really matter. He does still, in fact, die. Despite the fact that he didn't take too much amplified damage. And Zebra Kings, I don't know if they're going to get the same miracle that they had last time, but that was an amazing game last time around, but it looks like this time Brasil are more than ready to deal with anything and everything that they have. The fact that Zeeth, on that's Lifesteal, has himself an armlet plus a bash already, means that he can pretty much perma-stun, or not perma-stun, he's pretty much guaranteed to stun whoever he's focusing down. Because between Rage and between armlet, with all the attack speed that it gives you, it's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too much. That's the max Rage too, it's 80 attack speed. I think 80 equals about 80%. It increases attack speed by 80%. So once you add that plus 10, that's almost 100% increase in attack speed, which means he almost attacks twice as fast. Anyway, we got the fight happening. Centaur Warner doing a nice little chunk of damage to this Timbersaw. Timbersaw does go down. Nick Assassin looks like he might be next. Gets turned into a Froggy, and he gets glimpsed back, or so he gets swapped back by the Vengeful Spirit. So nice little play coming out from them. And one person dead on both sides. I think Timbersaw being dead is a bigger deal. Oh, Slaughter blinks forward, catches a one person as a Centaur Warner, sprints out just in time. The power cards from Clockwork bounces everybody in the worst spot possible, blocks out the supports as well. Invoker gets hit with a nice little cloud. Slaughter will be able to blink as soon as that storm stops clapping on his face, and he will come forward, gets himself a nice little stun on top of Invoker. Invoker does in fact go down. Meanwhile, blinks do come out, or TPs do come through. One person TP from here, another person TP from this general direction or general area. And Xiao Shan was looking for him but could not find him. And now everybody's sad. So that's a Necro 3 on Invoker. And I don't know if I haven't seen this in a while, guys. Like a Cross X on Invoker. I haven't seen that in quite a while relative to the new meta. But seeing that Necro book kind of reassures me that yeah, he still exists. Necro book really nice for Invoker. He has more minions to control. He has more minions to do damage, and he can push pretty darn hard. My only question is, will he in fact be going for an Aghanim Scepter so he can go for the full explosion damage? And if he does, he needs a Tornado Stick first because he needs a mana regen. But there's a high chance that he won't go for it. Typical Cross X Invokers or Cross Exo Invokers that I've seen in the past go for the explosions or burst damage. Oh man, hold on, before we speak of burst damage, we got Centaur Warner coming in, blinking and doing a nice little chunk of damage to Clockwork. Clockwork getting forced to swap, or getting swapped away. Sonar blinking around the side, catches himself a wild Nyx Assassin. Nice play from these guys. Beautiful bait. Masterful bait. If I didn't so myself. So funny. Masterful baits.
Players here.
And speaking of masters, we got Lifestealer down bottom saying, yes master, I shall farm all these creeps and kill this tower by myself. And with that tower going down up top for the Radiant, we see the Dire going to be challenging this bottom tower, but I don't know if they'll be able to claim it. But if we look at the gold advantage, it's in favor of Basil by quite a bit. So even if they don't claim this, or even if they don't claim this tower, they still have the advantage. TP support does come in. One person's already down here. Lifesteal is going to be forced to run away. All the TPs are coming through. Slaughter blinks around the side. Catches a nice little stun in, plus the cloud on top of Lifesteal. Lifesteal forced to throw his Centaur forced to throw his ulti. Lifesteal jumps in and jumps out of a creep. Gets swapped back. So much control thrown on top of his face. He can't really do anything but just continue to run away. Slaughter gonna find the cloud. No, the chicken actually comes through instead, and Shadow Summon does pick up that kill.
You should be honored.
These guys are trying really hard to get those kills on top of Lifestealer. And it's one of the reasons why I didn't like Lifesteal as a pick into a Slaughter. The Slaughter, you can do what you want to try to dodge everything, but you can only do but so much. You can only do but so much to stop somebody from killing you with just a flat out right clicks. Because the Slaughter has that negative armor, he has that amplified damage. And it does hurt a lot. It does hurt a lot. No matter how much HP you have, no matter how much life leech you have, it's gonna just do all kinds of work to you. So wait, Disruptor up top, push the lanes back. They're pinging on him, saying, bro, go get him, or bro, be careful. One of those things. Varroth going to go ahead and recall back to home. Meanwhile, down bottom for Invoker plus Nyx Assassin. They're just hanging around, being buddies. I think they're trying to bait for a fight. But Nyx Assassin did in fact build himself a Blink Dagger, which I totally missed. Speaking of other items, we have a Blink Dagger on Centaur, Blink Dagger on Nyx Assassin. Lifesteal is working on what looks to be a AC, so he's going for straight up damage as opposed to the typical race car Lifesteal that we've seen in the past. Which basically, race car Lifestealer is you get yourself a Drum of Endurance, you get yourself a Sanjin Yasha, get yourself a Manta style. I think you can do that if you really want to do that hard or try that hard. But Sanjin Yasha, Drum of Endurance, Phase Boost, those are the main items for those move speeds, and it does a lot of good things. And pings do come through. Avenged Spirit. Gets scouted out by the Ward. Glimpse comes out from Disruptor on top of VS, and VS actually throws out the swap on top of Disruptor. Gets the stun up. She says, bro, we got allies in the backside. And Nyx Assassin misses his stun. Centaur Warner ulti does come through. Lifesteal again pushed on top of the high ground. He can't do anything but just stand here and watch his allies dying. He will officially be able to TP. Oh, Slaughter almost able to blink in just in time. That would have been a huge play. And Tornado actually flies from, nope, that's a meatball. I was supposed to say Tornado actually flies from Invoker, but that was the Meteor. And Necro 3 is up on him, by the way. So all these will be dying. Bloodstone finished up on Timbersaw. Nothing but boots and a Bloodstone is all you need. Blink Dagger's up on Shadow Shaman. Blink Dagger's up on Slaughter, that we called before. And Force Staff is up on Clockwork. So he can do some really cute things now with his power cogs. Basically, grapple to you, drop power cogs, and then Force Staff himself out. I think that's an extremely intelligent choice of an item, especially versus Lifestealer, because Clockwork trapped with a Lifestealer alone for more than 3 seconds. It's like Clockwork's worst nightmare. Because Clockwork's armor is pretty darn crappy, and by pretty darn crappy I mean he has 5 armor, which I've seen worse. But he has 5 armor at level 11 versus somebody like Timbersaw who has, oh actually he has no armor, right? Timbersaw has no armor. Versus someone like Slaughter who has 10 armor at level 14. So 3 more levels and he has 4 more armor. I think that's pretty darn high. Zebra smell funny. False. So as far as the rest of the items, Shadow Shaman working on looks to get Aghanim Scepter or Scotty. We can be hopeful. We got the AC coming closer to finish on top of the Lifestealer. 2 pieces away from that. That is a recipe and a chainmail. Moving over to the Centaur Warrunner. He has himself a mechanism, which I didn't expect. I thought he was going to be going for a pipe. But he'll probably be going for pipe and then mechanism to follow up afterwards. Or maybe he's going for heavens, however. That can work too. Meanwhile, top lane getting pushed pretty darn hard, and Bo3 has the support of his rest of his team around the backside. But they see all the minions. This will be a nice little fight for these guys if they do bait it out pretty well, and they will be able to bait it out pretty darn well. Surfer Wars fall out from Shadow Shaman, trying to push these things back as fast as possibly can. Meanwhile, the pings do come on the map. The Smoke of the Sea should be running out here very soon, or so I thought it was, and still trying to go for it. Clockwork Flare will reveal the fact that there were multiple people behind the Invoker, so I'm pretty sure the Radiant are glad that they didn't just charge in and go for something. And they're, jeez, they really want that 38 gold. But Centaur Warrunner saying, hey bro, there's nobody around here. They do get the glimpse on top of Clockwork. Clockwork in a little bit trouble. He actually raffles and misses his teammate. He will officially be going down. But nice little play came up from them because they noticed there was an observer placed over here. There's a observer right over there, and they said, hey, Slaughter's over there, guys. Let's go kill these guys. Let's go kill these. Insert word that we can't say on TV here. And by TV I mean Dota TV. Nick Assassin blinking in, popping that spike here, but he's looking for some damage, gets a Vengeful Spirit all nice and manned out. And they're going to be able to play this top tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So Bastial rotations are really good. They're doing really well. ZK, it seems to be that ZK have better team fight. As far as when the fights do break out, they're better at going for the team, or maybe they're just better at focusing the right targets, as was displayed in the last game, because Bastial weren't able to do anything. But with Bastial just going for the pickoffs here and there, oh my gosh, they're going to get Timbersaw once again. Timbersaw in a lot of trouble. He's going to be going out. Bloodstone, bro. Screw your Bloodstone. That's all I had to say. But the Bloodstone charge will be in place, so at least they'll be able to see on the high ground. Because if you look at their vision right now, their vision is looking pretty darn... Oh, never mind, Timbersaw's alive. I was about to say, their vision is looking pretty darn good, but then Timbersaw came back alive. So far, what do we see? We see Vengeful Spirit working on a... What is that? No. Yeah, it's Mechanism. 1 gold away from Mechanism. Mechanism fully finished up. Meanwhile, Slaughter's getting all the fun that he wants. Once he has his AC up, I think he'll be pretty much a big deal for Bastial to deal with. They'll all have to focus their efforts on him, and if not that, then they'll at least have to focus Lifesteal on him. But that said, Lifesteal's building an AC of his own, so it's going to be countering the AC of Slaughter to some extent. And on top of that, I think Lifesteal, he's getting closer and closer to an A-Blade. I mean, he has a Bash already. The pigs do come onto Roshan and say, hey, Roshan's here. Glimpse does come away on top of somebody who did come through. I think that's Clockwork. Clockwork rappels forward, catches up with a nice little disruptor. 4 stabs down to the bottom. Doesn't pick up the Aegis. He actually gets caught in the worst spot possible. Does officially go down. BKB gets popped by somebody. I heard BKB, but I can't really tell what it was. Meanwhile, we got somebody taking a bunch of damage. That's the Vengeful Spirit. She's going to be going down. Shadow Shaman doing some nice little work. Turns Lifesteal into a chicken. And it looks like this will be a dead Lifesteal. Slaughter going all in. Trying to get the kill. Shadow Shaman will be losing his life first. And it looks like Slaughter will officially get the last hit on top of this person. Oh, sorry, on top of his Lifesteal. Now he's going to try to run away, trying to sprint as fast as he possibly can. Has a Blink Dagger available in 2 seconds' time. Meanwhile, Timbersaw forced to go on top of the tree. He's going to TP out as fast as he possibly can. He will be able to make us on alive. No bash for you, Lifestealer, because you can't right-click me fast enough, bro. And that is it. That is it. They see the Slaughter though, and Slaughter is going to actually run in the wrong direction. He's going to try to get himself a TP scroll. The tornado flies off from Invoker. It's a little bit too short. Slaughter can't blink in 1 second's time. He will blink into the next spot. Will the blink follow up in the right direction? Is a big question. And the answer is no. They're still pinging.
Dire's bottom tower
Just a guess, but a little bit too long. So it's still pinging towards Roche, saying, hey bro, we need to go Roche, we need to go Roche. And I do like the idea that they, both sides want to do Roshan right now, because that's creating an interesting situation for all of us watching. But on top of that, both sides are in a position where they can Roche. You have Slaughter, who has his BKB available. It's only been used, one charge has only been used. He also has a Hyperstone available if he does sell his Stout Shield and go pick up that Hyperstone. So it's going to be really nice for him. And on top of that, you have on the other side, Bastial. They have the Lifestealer, who's more than ready to take Roshan by himself. Well, okay, with his team. And you also have Centaur Warrunner. Centaur Warrunner who's ready for counter initiation type things. So all in all, I'm excited to see both sides want to fight for Roshan. That is, of course, what you expect of them at this point in the game. But if I had to give the tip the hat to anybody, I would definitely tip the hat towards Basio, because they do have the Centaur for the counter initiation. They do have the better control as far as when the team fights do break out, with Disruptor and Invoker on the same side. But anyway, as far as initiation goes though, we got ZK, they have a better initiation. Clockwork looking for a target, not going to be able to find anything. He throws a flare, catches himself a Nick Assassin. Or sees an assassin. Oh man, he sees Lifesteal. Lifesteal gets hit with the stun. Like I said before, the stun does still go through. And now we got Clockwork taking a bunch of nukes from the other side, but splitting the team up effectively. So doing a nice little job of that. Centaur running, getting hit with a bunch of damage. Not going to be enough to kill. Visual Spirit trying to run away. The mechanism does get popped, but it's not enough to keep her alive. Trying to deny himself to creeps, but the creep's already dead. Meanwhile, Timbersaw is trying to run away. Slaughter trying to run away as well. He gets hit with the open wounds. Not going to be going anywhere. Timbersaw, he's not going to be going anywhere either. Actually, except for to the grave. He will be dying here very soon. And boom, goes down to my ZK. They do lose the fight once again. And that is kind of one of those fights where, I mean, okay, hindsight's 20/20, guys. We all understand this. But that's one of those fights where I think it might have been appropriate for Timbersaw to suicide early. Just so Lifestealer and crew can make it out alive. Because if Timbersaw suicides, that's a heal for everybody. And on top of that, it might be just enough to tip the balance in the favor of ZK. So where they can actually, you know, maybe turn around and kill the assassin before they die or something like that. So yeah. My thought still stands, guys. Basio had the better control. Disruptor's AoE ulti is doing all kinds of work for these guys. Invoker, he has his Tornado EMP and now a Sheep Stick, so he has more than one way to disable you. Meanwhile, Blink Dagger is up on Timbersaw, so he can blink in, chakra arm, and run away. Or he can do a little bit more as far as initiation with his Blink Dagger now. But my only concern is what are his other items? Like, I would like to see Timbersaw pick up a Shiva's Guard, if not for anything, just at least for the AoE attack slow. Which versus Lifesteal would be really nice, because Lifesteal does have his AC up, and he also has himself a Rage and an Armlet. Which I wouldn't be surprised to see him replace his Armlet with something soon. So when Lifesteal Armlet is used inside of Centaur, they're going to go for something. Disruptor forced himself forward. Looking for a kill, not going to be able to catch anything. Invoker, summoning the minions. Summoning the army of killing things. And the middle tower will be going down here.
Radiant's middle
oh
tower
no, I take it back. I don't know, it's looking kind of close. Yeah, they're going to get it. Oh, VS! VS got the deny just in time. Beautiful play coming from her. Actually, somebody gets turned into a chicken. Shawan in a little trouble. He's going to take a bunch of damage coming from that nice little spike here. But he's blocking a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Centaur does blink forward. Lifesteal jumps out. They're going to go for the kill. Vicious Spirit does go down. Timbersaw is going to be following in the backside. He does officially stay alive because the trees are still alive. Meanwhile, the Centaur is going to be taking a bunch of damage. Clockwork, a nice little raffle coming from the forward side. Slaughter looking for a blink forward, not going to be able to find the creeps a little bit too close. He will be able to blink in 2 seconds time. Not able to find the blink. They're going to be able to find themselves a disruptor though. The blink was canceled because, oh man, the minions doing too much work to these guys. The blink was canceled because of the minions coming out from Invoker. The forward spirits just being all kinds of a nuisance. And Slaughter says, bro, screw this, I'm finishing my AC, and we're killing everybody here. Finds himself an AC and a TP scroll. And I don't know if did he buy back? I feel like he didn't die in that fight. He was just late to the fight. Nope, he didn't buy back. So la on that Slaughter, he did not buy back, he just came into the awkward position. He did TP into that fight though. Meanwhile, item-wise, I think the items on ZK are looking pretty darn swanky, but the items on Basio have more control as far as I'm concerned. So I would like to say that I want to give ZK your items are way cooler than the other team's items, but in all actuality, guys, come on, let's be real. Lifestealer has essentially a Basher, almost an A-Blade, but he has a Basher, AC, and Armlet, and on the other hand, you have Centaur, Blink Dagger, Mechanism, which is his 2 major items. Necro Book would be nice for the counter push coming out. Or sorry, for more push coming out from this side. And there's an Invoker with a Sheep Stick. I mean, Quas Exo Invoker with Sheep Stick. It's like the best Invoker, in my honest opinion, because not only can Invoker do his own damage, but he has more minions, he has the same amount of control essentially that he would if he was just Quas Wex. The only difference is that his Tornado is not as baller yet, but it's getting there, because he's been getting his levels. He's only level 20, guys. 4 points away from getting himself, or 3 points away from getting himself max Wex. It looks like they're gonna gather up for a smoke gank. Gather around, children. I'll tell you a story about that one time when everybody died on the enemy side. They're gonna go ahead and push his way back and probably smoke gank around the corner. Or smoke up around the corner. Alright, here we go! Get ready for the ride of your life, guys, because we're going on a smoke gank trip. Life stealer. I think I should go to... Okay, disruptor would be nice. Okay, guys, no smoke gank, false alarm. They do ping the bottom, the central. Oh, the smoker sees. Oh, the smoke gank gets used while the flare was up. So I think the whole entire raid side just needs to just say, bro, screw all this. We need to run away as fast as possible. We can. TPs do come out for one. Sawdall's waiting around the corner. Says he doesn't believe it. He's gonna blink into the trees and TP out as well. So some nice plays come out from them. The Dire did have the observer. They did see what was going on, but they did not see, or they weren't paying attention to the fact that the flare was thrown right on top of them, and they smoked right under the flare. So a huge mistake coming out from them. Huge mistake coming out from them. When pings do come all around the map, they're saying, hey, ping here, ping there, ping, 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 ping pong. That's what we're seeing, guys. Gold graph showing that once again it's in favor of Basio by over 10,000, but guys, it's been that way before. We saw the last game. If you guys were witness to that game, it was an amazing game. Just a crazy comeback from ZK. They were down by 10,000, but they still came back and won. So, all that said, ZK may be down right now, but they're definitely not out. The XP graph, as I'll say about XP graph, the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because the longer and longer the game goes on, the closer it converts to 0, but it's still a really nice indicator of where everybody is at this current point in time. And as you guys can see, Basile has that advantage. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, their supports are probably way ahead of the supports on the side of ZK. And Centaur Warner popping the ulti. They see a fight happening at bottom. Invoking a little bit of trouble. He does go down for his troubles. And I think Timbersaw went down too. So both sides going to be going, or both sides have one person going down. The only difference is that Timbersaw had a bloodstone. I think he got a charge before he died, so it's not that big of a hit that he's taken. But he is working on what looks to be a booster travel. So booster travel we're finished up. He can now TP anywhere and everywhere on the map and be as obnoxious as he freaking possibly wants to. Roshan attempt. Good Spirit going to walk on the higher ground. Her smoke will begin reveals to them. They know somebody's around the corner. Throws out a nice little wave of terror, scaring everybody a little bit. Timbersaw TPing down to the creeps so he can push his lane. And I think that's the cue for these guys to get ready to fight. Disrupts throws a glimpse, trying to force Timbersaw back to where he was, but doesn't glimpse him back far enough. And so many pings in one area is not even funny. Both sides saying, bro, 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 hey bro, bro, hey bro, bro, hey bro. It's like, dude, chill, jeez. So anyway, Shadow Summon Surf Forward is going to come through, push his tower out, and just claim that tower. So I don't think it's anything that Basel can do about it. And I think this will be a good time for ZK to go for Roche. This will be the optimal time for them to go for Roche. They probably don't feel as safe, maybe because they got the Surfing Wars down, but at least they got the tower. And once these Surfing Wars disappear, I would foresee Basel going to be going ahead to kill that Roshan. Who is back up, by the way? Necro level 2 up on Centaur Warner, so he's becoming more intelligent as he starts to read more and more books. Yes, because Centaur likes to read books. Meanwhile, Shadow Shaman, Blink Dagger, Aghanim Scepter, no refresher to speak of just yet, but I'm pretty sure he's working on it. So he'll have that up sometime in the near future. And on this Timbersaw, Bloodstone, Booster Travel, Blink Dagger. Main thing is the Blink Dagger and the Bloodstone. The Booster Travel are inconsequential in my honest opinion. That means he has one more open slot, so he can start building that Sheep's Guard, which is what he's working on now. Getting up that plate mail. Getting up that plate mail, right? Yeah, getting up that plate mail so he can get that extra 10 armor. Keep himself nice and healthy. Meanwhile, the push is happening down bottom. Centaur Warner plus Invokers both have his necro units out. I lied. Invoker has his necro units out. So top tower for Dire is going to be taking a bunch of damage from Slaughter. He's doing a nice little job split pushing. And he does get the kill on top of the tower. So a nice little tower trade coming from both sides. I think ZK are in a little bit more of an advantage though, because they have the home base advantage, or the home field advantage. Slaughter will be TPing up to help his team.
Dire's top tower isn't well at the moment.
And here comes the tower push. The Necro units are getting used. Necro 1 dead. We got a nice little assault coming off from Vision Spear on top of this lifesteal. Lifesteal will be going down. Beautiful play coming off these guys. Nice little bait and switch, to be honest. Meanwhile, Clockwork does go down. He rappels out to the side just to distract them long enough so they can pick out their lifestealer. And that was a phenomenal fight. I mean, a Clockwork for a lifesteal. I'll take a trading day. Actually, no, the fight's going to continue. Timbersaw is coming forward. Disruptor glimpses Timbersaw back to where he became, or back to where he came. And looks like Slaughter blinks forward, finds an Invoker, throws out the cloud as well. Invoker can't do anything but just stay, pop a BKB, pops his invis. So nice little play coming from him. The Sentry Ward does get dropped down. Slaughter not going to have a cloud available. There's another Sentry Ward available on Shadow Shaman in 1 second's time. I don't know if you'll be able to find it. Throws out the Sentry Ward. No shackles just yet. The BKB lasted a little bit too long. And that's going to be the end of all that fight. So 2 Sentry Wards dropped for the price of an Invoker's BKB charge, which I think is fine. 200 gold to burn 1 BKB charge is perfectly fine. Invoker needs to be a little bit more careful though, since now he knows that his BKB, it paid off a little bit, but it's going to pay off less and less every single time you use it. So he needs to be really careful. And now the whole entire ZK will know that, hey, BKB is up on Invoker, so let's just kill him as up front. Or, you know, just have Slaughter focus and chain stun him, or perma stun him. Perma bash him. Bash his face in, as Bristleback would say. And look guys, the gold graph is slightly coming back up towards ZK. Like I said before, Bastille have had a great advantage before, but ZK have proven that they can scrap their way back towards a 0 mark on the gold difference. And they can also scrap their way back to essentially an advantage in the XP earned difference. So we'll see. We'll see if their supports can get more farm. But so far, nice plays coming up from the Vision Spirit. Nice plays coming up from the Clockwork. The YOLO mentality is not necessarily on point with Clockwork, but it's more so. I mean, I've seen worse. I've seen worse YOLO. So Roshan getting punched in the face a bunch of times. Clockwork Rappel is available. He can actually rappel in if he needs to, but Disruptor does have his glimpse available, so Clock needs to be careful about that. Meanwhile, Vision Spirit throws that stuff. We got people coming around the corner. Somebody's getting turned into a sheep. Slaughter gets turned into a sheep, but he gets Deafening Blast outside of the ulti from Disruptor. So that's a nice little play from them. Meanwhile, Centaur Warner ulti does come through. Slaughter force pop the BKB, kills the Nick assassin immediately. Meanwhile, Invoker plus Slaughter are just trying to BKB themselves around the corner. Shadow Shaman does pick himself up Aegis, and Clockwork picks up 2, able to use the Aegis. So Boots of Travel dropped on the ground. I'm not sure why he dropped the Boots of Travel, but they do pick up the Boots of Travel. So Clockwork steals Timbersaw's Boots of Travel. I think he stole somebody's Boots of Travel. I don't know. Somebody dropped the Boots of Travel for that. Ah, somebody is mad. Or somebody's like, thanks, bro. I don't know. Who picked it up? Clockwork picked it up. Oh, wow. Invoker drops his Boots of Travel for Aegis. So Clockwork will, oh man, that's a slap in the face. So that 2,700 gold that Invoker has, well, it's going to be spent on Boots of Travel. Yeah, usually this is the point where we start seeing Invoker finally build themselves a Tornado Stick, so I can go for the little combination. But Clockwork has officially killed Invoker's Boots of Travel, so that means Invoker can't just TP wherever he wants to. He has to make sure he goes and buy a new set of Boots of Travels. Moving slow as a snail. Luckily, he has a goal for it though, so it's not as bad as it could have been. I think he went back in the roach pit looking for him, but couldn't find him. I've actually seen that happen once. Like there was a time period where I think if you killed the courier, it dropped all the items it had. And people have lost items, but that's not the one I'm talking about. I don't know for sure, so I can't speak on that. But there was one time in one game where those there was like somebody who was like using the Sanjin Yasha and they disassembled it. And as they disassembled it, because you can disassemble Sanjin Yasha to build a Mantis style and then a Heaven's Halberd later on if you really want to. But after they disassembled it, somebody came through and like you know, the items dropped on the ground. Somebody came through and punched their Yasha, and then they punched their Sanj, and then they ran away. And they're like, dude, what are you doing? No, why'd you do that? Oh my god. And it was like raging. Of course, the person was on the opposite team, and they made it out alive. But it was just hilarious to hear, like, yeah, you have to start all over building that one item. Because usually in Dota, when you think about it, you build an item, you don't ever lose it, unless you sell it. But yeah, there are those awkward moments where you don't know what to drop, and you accidentally drop your Scotty, and then somebody takes your Scotty. You're like, no, no, give it back, give it back. So it's always awkward moments. There's also this one time at band camp. No, joking. Anyway, So Observer will be going down, and Invoker wants to claim that gold. Choose Support Disruptor. Choose Support Disruptor. Saving that gold for his other people who need it more. So things that are happening around the map are really not all that exciting just yet, but we got a double damage Slaughter, so they might be one to go on top of that. The pings do come on the map saying, "Hey bros, illusion room here, go pick it up, please." And Slaughter's like, nah, you guys can take it. I don't want it. I want to keep them farming. Moving on to the gold graph. Look at that graph, guys. It's slowly but surely coming back to 0. These fights have been going in favor of ZK in the best kind of way. XP graph, roughly 5,000 gold difference, and if we balance out the gold on the map, it's not really that much to balance. It's just 1 tower difference between the two teams. So that's essentially what, 5,000 gold advantage? Roughly 5,000 gold advantage in favor of Basil. And that means that Slaughter's getting a lot closer. I mean, once again, we're in the same situation we were last time. Except for last time around, it was the anti-mage and not a Slaughter. But 555, 666 has proven that he is a tried and true carry. He knows where to get farm. He knows that he needs to continue to farm while his team does things. And the whole entire ZK squad do a phenomenal job at this 4 protect 1 strategies that they keep doing. Although some of the choices are questionable at times, the fact that they're still in this game, the fact that they're still competitive versus these guys is quite astounding to me, I must be honest. No offense to anybody's play or anything, I'm just saying, like, usually when you get to a certain point where a team has that much of an advantage, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're just pretty much done, like, we can't do anything. But they've proven, no, we got the standing power, bro. We are building the right items to win this game. We are doing the right things. And I think one of the key things is that team fight down bottom. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. Basically, Lifestealer comes forward, says, bro, I got rage, you can't do nothing with me. And Vince Spirit says, okay, bro, I got swapped. So she swaps Lifestealer. Disruptor drops his ult, and everybody else on the Radiant squad is just out here saying, okay, that ult's not doing anything to me. Lifestealer immediately gets turned to a chicken, and he gets turned to everything, and he gets killed before he can rage, and then everybody else comes through. Well, actually, no. On top of while all that was happening, like some next level thinking right here, Clockwork says, okay, we got Lifestealer in the best spot possible. We know that they want to respond, so I'm going to rappel out here. Suicide. Basically, he rappelled out here, popped power cards, trapped like 2 people, I think, or maybe just 1. Didn't really matter. He trapped enough people to where they just said, okay, let's all stay here and kill Clockwork while Lifestealer dies in the enemy base. And I mean, that was an amazing play because they traded a Clockwork for a Lifestealer on purpose, and it was a beautiful play because Lifestealer infinitely more valuable than a Clockwork at this point in the game. And Clockwork now has himself a Ghost Scepter, so he can actually dodge a lot of the damage coming out from Bastil's side. The only thing he has to be wary of is all the Disruptor's damage and some of Centaur's damage. I mean, not all of it, just the whole everything. Okay, so I guess all of it. I guess the main one will be double edged because 400 damage amplified by what 40% means that he'll feel 15% extra of that after you take away reductions, which is 25% naturally for everybody. So I mean, Centaur Warner will deal 15 times 4, so 460. 460 damage to Clockwork instead of the normal, 75 times 4, what is that? Oh, math. 300, right. Instead of the normal 300. Which could make a difference, I mean, a slight difference. But really, that's all the Clockwork has to worry about. So items on the map, because these things are changing constantly, and Slaughter, he pretty much is the king of items right now. Almost getting to that point where he doesn't know what to swap out. The only difference is that he has a BKB this time, which I'm happy about. But BKB is up with him, working on a heart, also working on also has a Heaven's Halberd, and he'll likely get some power treads, not power treads, boosted travels up to replace those power treads at a certain point. My question is, will he go for a Satanic? I've seen some Slaughters go for Satanics. And Satanics are nice and all. They do give you that survivability. They do give you that life still. But my only question is, what will he replace it with if he does go for it? And actually, now that I said that, he might be going for Satanic now instead of a heart. I think Satanic would be more useful because he already has a BKB for survivability. He already has survivability versus like stuns and stuff. He already has everything he really needs. So Slaughter gonna go ahead and sprint on home, try to pick himself up his Satanic. I'm assuming it's a Satanic because he is sprinting pretty darn hard back home. He's like, bro, I'm gonna get my Satanic. Oh, okay, never mind. He's gonna go defend base.
Do it with flair.
But on the other side, we see Lifestealer. He has his items. He has his A-Blade, which is going to be really nice versus the Slaughter.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Does he have... Wow, Lifestealer has a Blink Dagger. Okay. Okay, guys. Next level Dota. Lifestealer has a Blink Dagger. Clockwork rappels forward, catches the Disruptor. Disruptor not going to throw a glimpse. Actually, Clockwork going to force Disruptor to stay in the cloud, or stand there by himself. Force Staff did come out from both sides. So neither party actually went down too terribly badly. And I think if Slaughter wants a Satanic, he needs to go ahead and get it now. Meanwhile, Roshan is back up. Nice little timing on that. Clockwork Flare can scout that out if he wants to. I think the whole entire Radiant or Dire Squad, maybe they saw the same message I just saw, but they're heading towards Roach Pit at the perfect timing. Flare from Clockwork will scout it out immediately. They see the Roshan's up. The Flare did see Roshan was up as well. And I don't know if they saw anybody around there. Looks like they're just trying to push around the backside. But the Radiant Squad are now officially en route to go try to kill Roshan. Or stop this Roshan from happening, but they're not going to be fast enough because there's too much damage coming out from the Dire side. They should be able to kill Roshan before the Dire actually, before the Radiant are actually able to respond and actually know that. So they're going to go ahead and run away. Clockwork Grapple is available. He's looking forward. He has an open path right now. So OSPF, open shortest path first. If you guys know networking stuff, you'll get my vibe. But he's going to open that shortest path first to death. And it looks like he's going to find somebody farming the Ancients. If he's so inclined to just drop a Rapple. Which he doesn't have an ag, so I don't expect him to do that. Oh, but the whole entire squad's on both sides. Clockwork gonna be oh my gosh, both sides smoked up. They're gonna go for some Centaur, throws out a stun, beautiful disruptor ulti, catching everybody, and that is a dead everything that just happened. Slaughter pops his BKB, trying to go for the man fight. He's gonna be able to get one. He will not be able to get two because he gets turned into a piggy, and Boker's Sheepstick doing a little bit too much, and now he will be going down. Pops himself a stun, not gonna be able to run out of this one. And he does officially go down, but that was one of the most beautifulest disruptor ultis I've seen in my entire life. That thing caught everybody. That was ridiculous. So GG well played. Oh no, sorry, not GG well played. My bad. That's offensive. Well played from Disruptor, and these guys are just like, damn, that just happened. Like everybody got caught inside Disruptor ulti. They were all clumped up. Timbersaw couldn't Timber Chain out. Clockwork couldn't rappel forward. That's not what you want to have happen. Anyway, the buyback comes out from Slaughter. They're gonna go ahead and kill his bottom racks. I don't think there's really anything Slaughter can do by himself. He has supports coming up. He was dead for too long, I guess, so he needs to come back alive. Timbersaw throwing out that ulti, just trying to push things back a little bit. Wait, does that? Nope, it doesn't. Wait, does building get affected by positive assault cures? What? It does? Wow. I didn't know buildings got affected by a positive assault AC. Which I guess it makes sense. They get affected by negative AC, so why not? And the Roche fight will be happening again. We'll be getting to see a replay of that whole entire fight if these guys are still inclined. Smoke of the Seed, I don't know if it's available. It is not available on these guys. And looks like Roshan will be going out without too much of a challenge. Cheese, that was the third Roshan this whole entire game. Wow, these guys do Roshan a lot. But that was the third Roshan in this game. They're going to be able to kill whatever they want now. Lifestealer, looking pretty darn invincible. If I don't say so myself. He does have Aegis. He also has himself a Blink Dagger, which I think he can replace with something. But not before he replaces his armlet. He'll likely replace his armlet with the heart. But we shall see, because Zith, once again, has that awkward moment where he has 7,000 gold. Just, you know, casual 7,000 built up. Doesn't know what to do with it. So, Boosted Travel. I'm assuming Boosted Travel into heart. Or if he was so inclined, he can go for BKB. There are a lot of items for him to go for. He can go for Heaven's Halberd if he really wanted to. I think AC, I think Melnir would be a nice item for attack speed. So his Bash can do that much more work. He can also go for a Desolator too, but he actually sells whatever that was. Totally blanked on what that was. Oh, Armlet, right. He sells his Armlet, gets up a heart. And Zith is almost fully farmed. The only slot that's available that's kind of useless to him is, well, his Phase Boots and his Blink Dagger. I think he needs to get rid of his Blink Dagger. But it's been helping him get up close and personal with everybody that needs to get up, or that he needs to get up close and personal with. Meanwhile, on the flip side, we see Slaughter, Blink Dagger plus Heart. Of course, Slaughter, Blink Dagger is pretty much essential for him because he needs to blink in and get into the middle of that fight to get that beautiful stun off. And we'll see if Disruptor gets his Ags, because this, like I said, his ultis have been on point. And if Disruptor would have had Ags in that fight, Slaughter would have been more than dead, along with his team at the same exact time. Like there would have been no contesting for him. Sentry Ward plus Observer Ward around the corner, so they will be seeing the Nick Assassin, who's actually invisible right now. Sentry Ward vision range is... Oh, nope, they kill Sentry Wards. And Nick Assassin, I don't know if he knows that or he hasn't been revealed, but he has not been revealed just yet. Just going to run down bottom around the corner. Shadow Shaman forced to drop the Surfer Wards just to defend his own base. You usually want to use it as a push, but at this point in the game, you just need to use it. Slaughter throws out his negative armor. He's only level... Slaughter's only level... What? Okay, Slaughter's level 24. But Lifesteal is only feeling negative 10 damage total. Okay, never mind. He was feeling negative 10 damage total, so I guess that's good. The AC coming out plus the cloud. So how much armor does Lifesteal have? We'll see once the cloud runs out. There you go, 17 plus 17. So 9 plus 17. Lifesteal has a lot of armor to protect all of his HP, but I think Slaughter has more. Yeah, Slaughter has more. I don't know. I think Slaughter... Does Slaughter have a better agility gain? Jesus, 2.4 per level, and Lifestealer has 1.9, which makes sense because Lifestealer has his rage, but Slaughter all he has to rely on is basically his base stats and whatever he builds for items. So no rage giving you extra 80 attack speed and all this nonsense, and 6 seconds of magic immunity. So 3,000 gold in the hands of Lifestealer once again. He has more than enough for buyback. The towers are getting seized little by little. This is kind of the same situation we were in last time. And we saw ZK have been masters essentially at defending their bases. So we'll see. We'll see if Basil can actually break these bases, or if they are not going to be able to break it once again. I think they should be able to break these bases because Disruptor ulti, like I said, has been on point. If he can catch Vincel Spirit and Clockwork, that's pretty much all he needs to catch. Anyway, Lifesteal comes forward, he gets 4-staff forward, doesn't really care. Pops himself a Rage a little bit early, in my honest opinion, but he gets swapped out by Vincel Spirit. Vincel Spirit coming forward, taking a bunch of damage, Centaur Warrior, ulti goes through, just catching as many people as they possibly can, only catches one. Vincel Spirit, the only sacrificial lamb. I know we get too terribly much. Meanwhile, we got somebody 4-staff forward, Shadow Shaman forced a 4-staff out. He pops up a BKB, which I think was a big mistake. They need to go for something on top of that, but actually they can't. They will not be able to go for anything. Too many people alive, too many people nice and healthy on the side of Bastil's side. And with the Vincel Spirit dead, I mean, they have no other follow-up stun besides Shadow Shaman Shackle. Clocker rappels forward, catches himself a creep, throws out a nice little power cards. Death and Blast flies from Invoker. They're trying to catch what they can on top of Timbersaw. Puff trying to go for the kill. He has his Walling Death available, but they can't do nearly enough damage. Slaughter trying to look for something, not going to be able to find Jack Squad. Meanwhile, people are down around the backside. Somebody's diving Centaur. Centaur is... wow. That double blink though. Centaur blinks on one side, they blink on the other side. Meanwhile, Timbersaw's taking a bunch of damage. Open wounds get thrown on top of him. Clockwork getting forced to run away. Timbersaw trying to run away, but can't. He actually commits suicide just in time. Heals everybody up, nice and healthy. So they can continue the fight. Centaur blinks forward into a wrong spot. Immediately regrets the decision. A-Blade used on top of Clockwork by Lifestealer. Clockwork has his rappel up in 18 seconds time. His Ghost Scepter is now on cooldown, so he can't really do anything. Centaur Warren is still chasing. His ulti came back up the whole entire time. This fight's lasting that long, guys. And they're going to continue the fight. Lifestealer does officially go down, but Aegis does get popped on top of that. Meanwhile, buyback does come through from Shadow Shaman. He's looking for a swap. Vincel Spirit does get a swap on top of his Lifesteal. They're trying to go for kills. Centaur Warner doing a nice little job being the bodyguard for these guys. And now we got the heal coming up from top of Centaur. He ate the cheese of his own, and they're trying to run away. They're going to get a lot of damage on top of whoever is back here. Slaughter, he's trying to go for a kill on top of something. Finds an Invoker. Finally, somebody dying for the dire side. And actually immediately buys back. He has boosted travel, so he can be back in this fight immediately. Meanwhile, we got Centaur Warner going to be going on the next casualty, and it looks like Clockwork. He's going to be getting harassed to death by this. Oh, beautiful Disruptor ulti. Disruptor does officially go down, but it doesn't matter. Slaughter, he's going to be forced to man fight this Lifesteal. Not going to be able to win the fight because Lifesteal does blink out just in time. And wow. I feel drained after commentating all that. But by the looks of it, Ancients are available for the taking right now. Because the Raxus are down on the Radiant side. ZK, they lost everything essentially, except for all these useless buildings. Which I'm not sure why these useless buildings don't do damage to people. Like, I feel like they should have like a small turret that does like 2 damage per second. Okay guys, I agree, this isn't Strife, my bad. No offense to Strife, by the way, which I actually have a beta key for. So I need to go play it. Because now I feel bad. For saying, hey, can I get a beta key for that? And it's like, oh yeah, sure, here. And I never play it. But anyway, there's a Desolator up on Lifestealer. I think, nope, I lied. Somebody had Desolator. There was a Desolator somewhere. I saw a Desolator. There you go, guys. I'm not crazy. Jeez, there's a Desolator up on Lifestealer. The couriers just bringing it to Lifestealer. And looks like the Radiant ZK are doing what they can to try to push this back. The buybacks have already been used on Bastil's side, but the Radiant had to be very careful about those lanes because Timbersaw is doing what he can to push him back. But I don't know if I don't know if they can really win these fights without
Dire's
Timbersaw
middle
there.
is in the wrong end of business.
Timbersaw's Whirling Death has been doing some really nice work.
Dire just
And Dire fortifies the structure. That means that's a sign for these guys to go for the push. They're gonna go for something. Lifesteal comes forward, blinks forward, catches Shadow Shaman, throws out the open wounds, throws out the oh man, Shadow Shaman pops up a BKB, but it doesn't really matter. He's gonna be going down. Meanwhile, speaking of people going down, we got people down on both sides. Timbersaw going all in, trying to go for full man mode. TP's into the base to help his team out. Gets hit with the bash. Gonna be getting hit with another bash. Actually, no, he gets hit with the death. GGs do come through. ZK gonna go ahead and tap out. The creeps are pushing in pretty darn hard. GG, congrats is what they say. And Disruptor has himself a Ghost Scepter or G-Blade, and that is the end of the game. A very well played game. Very well played game on both. Actually, all three series. All three games were really well played. The first one was a little bit lacking, but this one pretty darn intense, and I didn't realize this was going on for 60 minutes. Oh man. Wow, well played, well played. Shoutouts to ZK, shoutouts to Basil. I probably butchered the crap out of you guys' names, but really well played on both sides, and I am glad to have been here to cast this. So, there you have it, guys. That is this game in the Friday Night Live Dota games, or Friday Night Dota Live? No, Friday Night Live Dota. And the smackdown between ZK, or Zebra Kingdom, and Basil, has been officially done. It's officially over. Basil prove out, or reign on top, and I was trying to throw some inspirational words, but there's no words to be had. That was just an amazing game. Just go watch the game again, guys. That's freaking awesome. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. My name is CulBlu. If you guys want to find me for all my stuff, you can find me on YouTube, which is youtube.com/user/CulBluDota. That's CULBLU Dota. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, that's @CulBluDota, same way you spell it. And there's also Casters Network, which is a group created to help casters come together, collect, collaborate, and create with one another, and find work for casting games. And that's actually what we're casting, or that's actually how these guys got their casters. I kind of came to them and said, hey, we're Casters Network. Can we cast for you? They said, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah, sweet. So, guys, go check out Casters Network. We got our YouTube page going, which is youtube.com/user/castnetyt for YouTube. CASNETYT. So Castnet YT. Check it out. Awesome stuff. We got interviews with casters. We're going to start a series to help casters out as far as their quality casting, or as far as helping out their casting quality and stuff. And I'm getting thank yous. Great time. Cool. Thank you. Yes, shout out to the admin for this tournament. Thank you, K Friday Night Live, head admin. Freaking awesome games. We'd be glad to find casters for you guys again if you guys want to. And that's it. I guess I'll go ahead and step up my soapbox. So, yeah. Like I said, my name is CulBlu. Hope you guys enjoyed this game. Hope you guys enjoyed this whole entire series. Hope you guys have a great weekend, week, and or day, whatever day it is that you guys decide to watch this. And, as always, I'll see you guys whenever.